Ever thought about who's really in charge of your feelings? We all experience emotions and sometimes they seem to take the lead. But here's the deal, you've got more control than you might think. Understanding who's in control of our emotions holds significant value in our personal and professional lives. On the one hand, believing that emotions control us risks fostering a sense of powerlessness and impulsive decision making. It can strain our relationships due to poor communication and contribute to chronic stress and anxiety as individuals feel overwhelmed by their emotions. Conversely, the idea that we control our emotions may lead to the suppression of dismal or genuine feelings, potentially causing emotional repression and inauthenticity. Unrealistic expectations and pressure to constantly manage our emotions can also create frustration and emotional labor, potentially leading to exhaustion. So understanding whether our emotions control us or if it is us that control our emotions makes it clear why we need to address the question that we posed for this video. You and your emotions, who's really in charge? This question is important because it helps us explore the core of our emotions and self-awareness. With the right answer, we can start to better understand our feelings and how to handle them, giving us the power to deal with our emotions in a healthier way. But first, let's explore the two ideas. First, the idea that emotions can control us has been a long-standing concept in psychology and philosophy. This notion has its roots in various historical and philosophical traditions. In ancient Greece, philosophers like Plato and Aristotle explored the nature of emotions. They believed that emotions could be irrational and disrupt one's ability to make sound decisions. Plato, for example, viewed emotions as powerful and often uncontrollable forces that could lead individuals astray from rational thinking. In the early history of psychology, influential thinkers such as Sigmund Freud and William James discussed the role of emotions in human behavior. Freud's psychoanalytic theory, for instance, highlighted the unconscious and sometimes irrational nature of emotions, suggesting that they could exert control over our individual actions. Throughout history as well, people have observed instances where intense emotions appear to lead individuals to act impulsively or against their better judgment. These observations have contributed to the idea that emotions can exert control over behavior. Well, there are three. Number one, loss of agency. Believing that emotions entirely control us can lead to a sense of powerlessness. This might discourage individuals from actively managing their emotional responses or seeking personal growth. Number two, impulsivity. People who think emotions are in charge may act impulsively without considering the consequences, and this can lead to poor decision making in situations where a more measured response is needed. And finally, three, strained relationships. When emotions are perceived as uncontrollable forces, it can hinder effective communication and conflict resolution in relationships, leading to misunderstanding and conflict. And also on top of those three, it ultimately results into stress and anxiety. The belief that emotions control us can contribute to chronic stress, as individuals may feel overwhelmed by their emotional responses. Doesn't sound so good, right? Conversely, the idea that our emotions can be controlled has also been a part of philosophical and psychological discourse throughout history. This concept has evolved through various intellectual traditions and empirical research. Stoic philosophy, which originated in ancient Greece and was further developed by philosophers like Epictetus and Seneca, emphasized the idea that individuals can achieve emotional control through rational thought and self-discipline. Stoicism taught one could cultivate inner calm and equanimity in the face of external events by simply regulating their emotional responses. Eastern philosophical traditions such as Buddhism and Taoism have also long explored the idea of emotional regulation and mindfulness. Practices like meditation aim to help individuals gain control over their emotions by observing and understanding them without attachment. And finally, contemporary psychology has provided empirical evidence and strategies for emotional regulation. Research in areas like CBT or cognitive behavioral therapy and positive psychology have shown that individuals can learn techniques to manage and control their emotions effectively. These approaches often involve cognitive restructuring, relaxation techniques, and even mindfulness practices. But, as with the earlier argument, there are also risks inherent in this belief. Number one, we will feel the pressure to suppress emotions. Emphasizing that we control our emotions can lead to the misconception that all emotions should be suppressed or hidden, which can be unhealthy and emotionally damaging. Also, dismissal of valid emotions. Believing we should always be in control can cause individuals to dismiss or deny their genuine feelings, which may lead to emotional repression and ultimately a lack of emotional authenticity. Also, the idea of having control of our emotions may create unrealistic expectations that we should never experience negative emotions or that emotional control is always easy to achieve, leading to frustration when emotions do surface. And finally, the idea that we control our emotions can sometimes place undue burden on individuals to manage their feelings constantly, particularly in social or professional contexts, potentially leading to emotional exhaustion. The thing is, the understanding of emotions and their control is not a matter of either or, but rather a complex interplay of both factors. Both perspectives have validity, and the relationship between emotions and control is nuanced. The way I see it, emotions and control over them exist on a spectrum. At one extreme, emotions can seem to dominate one's actions, but at the other extreme, individuals can develop a high level of control and regulation over their emotions through self-practice and self-awareness. Moreover, the balance between these perspectives can vary from person to person and situation to situation. Some individuals may naturally have better emotional regulation skills, while others may find it more challenging and require more effort to control their emotions effectively. Emotions are deeply personal experiences, and how we perceive and manage them can vary widely among individuals. Some people seem naturally adept at handling their emotions, while others may struggle more. The goal is to develop a healthy relationship with emotions. This involves recognizing the influence of emotions, understanding them, and learning how to respond to them constructively, whether by allowing them to guide us when appropriate or by exerting control when necessary for our well-being. Thank you for joining me today. To recap, emotions can indeed influence us, but we have the incredible capacity to control and manage them. It's all about striking that delicate balance. If you have any thoughts, questions, or personal experiences to share, please do so in the comments below. Your insights could be invaluable to our community. And also, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Until next time, stay mindful, stay in control, and stay curious about the world within you. High five!